you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No! I don't care! The answer's no!
Yo, stop!
Britt, go! Put her in jail! I'll be there!
This is not the way you should have handled this.
On the 13th of October 2022, Florida deputies managing an active crash scene arrested a civilian after she drove around a lawful barricade, fled from officers, and refused to produce identification. This is the legal analysis.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No! I don't care! The answer's no! Okay. Can you give me your driver's license? Yes, it is. What, do you not see this blue truck? Do you not see that blue truck? Put your car in park and give me your driver's license. Put your car in park and give me your driver's license.
Waiting at the freaking bus stop.
I don't care. We got blue lights and people's safety for a reason. Put your car in park.
Oh my God.
Okay, stop her.
Yo, stop!
Britt, go! Put her in jail. I'll be there.
You had a lot of background.
Moonsail Drive, Barrel Coast Trail. Get in the car. Sit down.
My daughter was right here waiting for me.
Sit down.
Oh my God.
Give me your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance.
Because they blocked it off, and I was trying to get to Giselle, and I got here. She's not freaking
It's
here.
related to that.
Look, my daughter's
Okay,
right
sit
there.
down.
My daughter's right there.
I don't care.
I was trying to get to my daughter. Dude, it's blocked off.
Sit down and give me your driver's license now.
I don't have it with me. It's at the house.
Don't get involved. Don't get involved.
That's right.
I get it, but don't get involved.
You don't need to yell at me. I'm not being.
Don't get involved.
Get off the phone.
I was trying to. This is my husband.
I don't care.
I was trying
You
to
are
get to
stopped
my
for a
daughter.
lawful reason.
How was it? It wasn't even blocked off. People were coming out of that
North
street.
32. Can you advise
You
that
guys
that
were
tag
blocking
goes
all
back
the
to?
way to 75.
Yeah,
I'm
why
trying
do you
to get
think
to
we're
my
doing that?
daughter. It was nothing blocking.
It was a traffic
this way.
crash. Okay?
It was
You
nothing
disobeyed.
blocking this
Okay,
way.
I'm not arguing with you.
Eduardo Garcia.
You don't have a driver's license?
I have a driver's license. It's at home. That's what
What's
I'm
your
trying
name?
to say.
What's your name?
I'm not saying that.
Okay. It comes back to a male, Eduardo something.
if you want my
She's
driver's
refusing.
license,
Okay.
You want it or do you
Jail.
want me to take it?
So you can take it.
All right, come out.
Your kids are in the car, are they?
Turn around. This is not the way you should have handled this.
I don't need to be arrested, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my driver's license. I was trying to get my daughter. My daughter's right
Come on.
there. My daughter's right there.
Do you have anything in your pockets?
Yes.
What do you
I
have?
don't know. My keys.
All right. And
Okay. So, per Florida statute, when we stop you, you have to give us certain documents, and she's refusing. So, unfortunately for her, that's a violation, and that's a jailable offense. I don't know. So she probably should have listened to us a mile up the street, and this wouldn't be happening. But she couldn't wait the 5 seconds it was going to take us to open up the road to come down here, and she came that far from hitting him. So now it's aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, which is a felony. So you can go. Do you know who owns this car? Okay, can you call them and have them come pick it up? Yeah, it's her sister.
is this Jessica?
No, we're not giving her a ticket.
No. Am I able to take the car?
If she allows you to take the car, yeah. How are you going to get home?
I live down the street.
Are you going to walk back? Yes. Okay. If she allows you to take the car, then yeah, we'll let you take the car.
Do we have a name for her yet? Because she's refusing.
Is her name Jessica? Yes.
You can charge her with
I only saw bits and pieces of it, so what? Obviously, we've got driving around the barricade.
Driving around the barricade, and then she drove off on the street. But I had to step back before so she
Okay.
wouldn't run me over.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I'll charge her with it.
Yeah. And then
I
what?
mean-
Refusing to give information.
Oh, she wouldn't stop until I got up here. I was doing almost 100 just to catch up to her. Would have taken a lot less time had you just stopped. Then you wouldn't be in this situation. It doesn't give you the right to almost run over a police officer or disobey.
I wasn't even close to her.
Okay.
I was not close to her at all. So, again, why is she being
Okay.
arrested?
Let me walk you through this.
Please
Okay?
do.
There's a massive traffic crash up there, right? We've had to direct traffic for over an hour and a half. We shut the road down legally to get the tow trucks in so we could get the cars off the road in order to open the flow of traffic back up. Do you understand that part?
Yes.
Okay. She decided she didn't want to wait. So we pulled off the road and we opened the entire lanes back up. She went in the opposite lane of traffic, and when I stopped her, she decided she didn't want to wait, right? And I don't know what I'm talking about. So she drives off, almost runs over my foot, doesn't stop for him, and then speeds all the way up Carter Road. And then when he stops her here, she refuses to get her information. She refuses to say anything other than the fact I had to go get my daughter. And when we legally stop you for a traffic violation and you refuse to give your stuff, it's a violation of Florida State statute, and she went to jail.
So that's the only charge right now. Violation of...
No, she's probably going to get a, we're going to watch the video, and if one of us had to step back, she's probably going to get an aggravated assault on law enforcement officer, which is a felony. Had she just waited 5 more seconds, I was getting in my vehicle, and I was pulling off the side of the road. But because she couldn't wait, and she went in the opposite lane of traffic, which could have caused an accident because the people that were coming off of Carter turning right onto Moccasin Wallow have the right-of-way. She's in the opposite lane of traffic. And had she called it a traffic crash, a head-on traffic crash, we'd have been towing her off in an ambulance. So we don't do things just to piss people off, right? We do things for safety of everybody involved. To include us, to include the 2 people that were already involved in the traffic crash. And we don't have time for this, right? Had she just waited and stopped there, and I'm pretty easygoing, right? So when I ask you to stop, that's what I'm asking you to do. And don't give me this line of excuse. Everybody on that road has somewhere to be. I mean, it's been a busy road for a lot of years. When I ask you to stop and get out of the opposite lane of traffic, we have a problem. And then when we come up here, legally we're allowed to ask you for your documents, your driver's license, your all that. She's refusing. So, unfortunately for her, better choices next time. But again, we had a lawful reason to stop that, and because she didn't think that she needed to wait, or that some of the road was opened up to get the traffic, the tow trucks in, then yeah. And so that's the whole story.
The road closure was authorized under Florida Statute Section 316.072, which grants law enforcement officers full authority to close roadways and direct traffic at crash scenes. Compliance is not discretionary. It is a statutory obligation enforceable by arrest. Under Delaware versus Prouse, decided by the Supreme Court in 1979, a traffic stop constitutes a Fourth Amendment seizure. However, such stops are constitutionally permissible when supported by reasonable, articulable suspicion of a traffic violation. That standard was met the moment she drove around the barricade. Pennsylvania versus Mimms, decided in 1977, establishes that officers conducting a lawful traffic stop have absolute authority to order the driver to exit the vehicle. No additional justification is required. Her refusal to comply compounded the initial violation. When her vehicle moved forward and the deputy was forced to step back to avoid contact, the offense escalated. Under Florida Statute Section 784.07, subsection 2C, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer is a third-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years in state prison. Florida courts have established that assault does not require physical contact. It requires only an intentional act placing an officer in reasonable apprehension of imminent harmful contact. The deputy's visible retreat satisfies that legal threshold. The misdemeanor had just become a felony. After fleeing the initial scene, she was stopped further up the road. At that point, deputies requested her driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, a lawful demand under Florida statute, section 322.15, which requires every licensed driver to carry and produce their license upon demand during a traffic stop. Her statement that the license was at home does not satisfy this requirement. The statute is unambiguous. The license must be in the driver's immediate possession while operating a vehicle. Failure to produce it upon lawful demand is a second-degree misdemeanor and a jailable offense under Florida law. Her sustained refusal also triggered Florida Statute Section 843.02, resisting an officer without violence. This statute applies to any person who obstructs or opposes an officer in the lawful execution of a legal duty without resorting to physical violence. Each refusal to comply constituted an independent basis for this charge. Regarding the subject's stated justification that she needed to reach her daughter, Florida law provides no emergency exception to crash scene closures based on personal need. Courts have consistently declined to recognize self-assessed urgency as a defense to statutory traffic control violations. Under Berkemer v. McCarty, decided in 1984, routine traffic stops are non-custodial for Fifth Amendment purposes. Miranda warnings are not required during roadside questioning. The request for her documents was not interrogation, it was a statutory obligation she was legally required to fulfill. The 14th Amendment due process analysis supports the arrest. Florida statutes imposing the identification, obligation, and the consequence of arrest for noncompliance are well established. The subject received adequate notice through the officer's repeated lawful commands. No due process violation is present. Under Graham v. Connor, decided by the Supreme Court in 1989, the reasonableness of an officer's actions must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene at the moment of the decision, not with the benefit of hindsight. By that standard, the decision to arrest was legally justified at every stage of this encounter. The subject ultimately pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 6 months of probation. The aggravated assault felony charge appears to have been resolved as part of the plea. A no-contest plea is not an admission of guilt, but it carries the same legal consequences as a guilty plea for sentencing purposes under Florida law. Now, the grades. The lead deputy receives a B+. His verbal commands were clear, lawful, and proportionate. His on-scene debrief accurately identified every applicable statute. He maintained professional composure under sustained provocation and exercised sound discretion in handling bystanders and the vehicle. The sole concern is the near 100 miles per hour pursuit speed for an offense that originated as a misdemeanor, a decision that raises legitimate questions under Florida's pursuit policy framework. The subject receives a D. She drove around a lawful barricade, moved her vehicle in a manner that caused a deputy to retreat, fled the scene, and refused to produce identification, 4 distinct statutory violations in sequence, each escalating her legal exposure. Her belated remorse did not retroactively justify any of those decisions. The only mitigating factor, she did not physically resist once handcuffs were applied, avoiding a 5th charge of battery on a law enforcement officer. The agency receives a B. Officers demonstrated legal compliance, proportionate force, and professional scene management throughout. The availability of bodycam footage for public analysis reflects a transparency standard that warrants acknowledgement. The pursuit speed remains an open policy question that the agency should review internally. Lesson 1. A lawful order from a uniformed officer at a crash scene carries the same legal weight as a court directive. Disagreeing with it is not grounds for noncompliance. The correct response is to comply first and contest the order through legal channels afterward. Lesson 2. Driving in a manner that causes an officer to retreat even without intent to strike can constitute aggravated assault under Florida law. The legal threshold is the officer's reasonable apprehension of harm, not actual contact. That distinction carries felony-level consequences. Lesson 3. Florida Statute Section 322.15 requires a driver's license to be in the driver's immediate possession at all times while operating a vehicle. Stating that the license is at home is not a defense. This is a jailable misdemeanor with no exception for inconvenience or distance. Lesson 4. Personal urgency, including the need to reach a child, does not create a legal exception to crash scene closures or identification requirements under Florida law. Courts have not recognized self-assessed emergency as a valid defense in this statutory framework. Lesson 5. Each act of noncompliance in a traffic stop is legally independent. Driving around a barricade, moving a vehicle toward an officer, fleeing, and refusing identification are 4 separate offenses under 4 separate statutes. The cumulative exposure can convert a routine traffic delay into a felony record within minutes. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel for even more police interaction and courtroom content.